Hey there, clan, and welcome to a sort of unusual video that I'm going to be doing. This video is going to be primarily talking about Life is Strange, the episodic series, the episodic game that's been coming out for the past year or so, by Don't Nod Entertainment, published by, of course, Square Enix. The final episode is coming out on the 20th of October, which, as I'm recording this video, is 2 days away. And I haven't really done a video on Life is Strange. I think I've done one or two videos on each episode, then I just stopped doing them because I wanted to wait until the full thing was finished and then do a full-on review. Now, this isn't a review. This is merely going to give you my overall thoughts, roughly, on Life is Strange so far, from episode 1 to episode 4. I will do my best to avoid spoilers, just because, as it says, I do want to encourage people to actually play this. Just because I think it is probably, in my opinion, one of the better episodic games to come out in recent years, and I absolutely love it. I love this series, basically. Now, I will have to talk some spoilers a little bit later, but I will vaguely try and avoid them as best I can. But I can't explain. Basically, I can explain it as I haven't been more hyped for the ending of an episodic game in a long time. The only episodic games I've really played, of course, are the ones from Telltale, Walking Dead Season 2, Wolf Among Us. I did try and play Game of Thrones, but I just stopped like on episode 3, I think. I just never continued it. I haven't played Tales of the Borderland because I'm waiting for the full thing to come out of that, because I've decided I'm never buying a Telltale game again because their release schedule is a freaking pain in the arse. At least until the full thing's out. But Life is Strange, I bought the first episode when it first came out. Like, I had never heard any trailers from it. I'd never seen anything from it. I was just perusing Steam looking for something to play. And I think I had like 20 quid to my name at that point. I was like, I just need something to play, something to take my mind off things. And then I found Life is Strange. And I could buy the first episode, an odd thing and all, for like, I think it was £3 or £4. And I was like, you know what, I'll buy it. See if I like it. If I like it, I'll buy the rest of the season pass. The moment I beat the first episode, I bought the season pass. That's how hooked I was on this thing. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Life is Strange, of course, I'll give you a quick synopsis of the story. You play as a character of Max, who is returning to her hometown. I believe it's Arcadia Bay. Is it? That's from Bioshock. I can't remember the name of the home place, but she's returning to her hometown after a few years of being away, basically, after her family moved away to a bit more of a better place. She's come back to Blackwell Academy. Blackwell's a Blackwell. It's Blackwell. Academy, because she's a photographer. She actually is a very good photographer, and Blackwell has one of the best photography schools, basically, and also has one of the most famous photographers there, Mr. Jefferson. We'll get to him later. And she wants to go there to enhance her photography, and basically gets kind of mulled up in a bit of a circumstances when she bumps into her old friend, Chloe, who was her best friend growing up. But unfortunately, Chloe lost her father not a few years ago, basically, not long before Max had to move away from what I'm going in the story. And Max and Chloe have like drifted apart over the years. They've never really spoken with each other, and even Max makes a comment when she looks at a couple of photos in her room and of her friend that maybe she should try and reach out to her friend that she hasn't seen in years, because she doesn't know how much she's changed. She kind of wants to see how she goes. And we've all been there with that character, Max. But what happens to Max is that she discovers she has time manipulative powers. She can rewind, from what we can gather, anywhere up to probably 20 seconds to a minute by the looks of it. She does have another power, but that's kind of spoiler territory. But yeah, if she sees something she doesn't like, she can actually just hold her hand out, rewind time, and make a different decision and change things and sees what happens. It's kind of an interesting little power. Now, this isn't the first time anything like this has been done, but the way it's handled in Life is Strange, giving Max limits, because if she overexerts herself with her power, it does cause her damage up here and nosebleeds, and it does cause her physical pain if she overexerts herself. So they have capped it, limited it, and given it good balance. I actually really like that mechanic of the game, because that's one thing I've always kind of not liked about certain episodic games. When I make a mistake, and I'd like to rewind time. I like this feature. It's kind of a little cheap way to get out of the old episodic thing. You can rewind time and change time to the better of your opinion. Now, I don't do it too often in the game when it comes to choices, because most of the time the choices I make are the choices that I enjoy. And I actually kind of like that. There's an option if I wanted to rewind time, see if I can change things and try and get a better outcome, because it's kind of realistic for someone in that situation. Max wants to try and get the best outcome for her friends, and also figure out the little mystery of this town, Rachel Amber, and also the fact that Max has had visions of the town's inevitable destruction by what seems like a massive freaking tornado. And I don't know how she's going to stop that. And the whole game is kind of like a murder, kind of like a mystery. Not really, well, a bit of a murder mystery in some senses. Kind of a mystery to figure out what happened to Rachel Amber, who disappeared under mysterious circumstances and was one of Chloe's best friend and possible more than friends, at least the way she hints at it. And also how to stop basically a tire tornado destroying the town. And the game does such an excellent job to actually reveal certain twists and all that throughout the game. Every twist in the game I either didn't see coming, or at least I saw coming with some foreshadowing, but even I don't know where the story is going to end, especially with episode 5 coming out on the 20th. It's one of the few things I've actually really liked about this series, is the fact that it is very well done with the way it's handled the story, the way it's handled it, and also the characters are very likable and also very believable. You believe Max is the way she is. You believe Chloe is a bit of a rebellious teenager with tattoos, blue hair because of a lot of problems she's had with her father dying in a car accident that she partially blames herself for, blames her mother for, blames Max for, blames a lot of people for. The fact that her mother remarried a stepdouche, as she calls him. The fact that one of her best friends, Rachel Amber, just disappeared, and find out what happens in that as we go along. And then, of course, Max abandoning her is something that she does actually bring up once or twice, even though Max does come back into her life. It's something that she does address, and of course, each other side character, like Victoria, Kate Marsh, oh freaking hell, Kate Marsh, that's a big one, Mr. Jefferson, Nathan Prescott, all these characters have something about them that you can go, I understand why they like this, I still hate them though. Like, you know what I mean? There's a character you know why they like this, but you still hate them or you still like them. And that's something I think Don't Nod has done really, really well with the characters and the way that it's been written. I really like that. Now, I will say like this game is not perfect. As it says, there are some extremely... It's kind of got that level of cheese that I like in any kind of entertainment. Like, I like cheesy movies sometimes. I like cheesy TV series. This has a little bit of cheese to it with some of the dialogue, like hella and heck, and some other random teen phrases. I might be out of touch with the days, but it does it well enough that I can happily ignore it and just be like, that's okay, I can let that slide. It's that level of... It's got the right level of cheese to it that I don't mind it that much, and I actually really like the level of cheese that it has, while also at the same time it is addressing serious matters of... well, it actually addresses some very serious matters as of bullying, as of teen pregnancy, and also some other little more sensitive matters, including some aspects of depression, which kind of hit home with me. And I kind of like the way they've handled it. Those kind of topics are easy to either get really, really wrong or horribly wrong, but they Don't Nod seem to be doing a good job to actually get it along there. And I actually really like how the story is unfolded. I like how the game is moved forward. And it's also one other thing, I like the fact that Don't Nod have kept to a consistent schedule. Like, unlike Telltale, I'll happily knock them on this, Don't Nod have released their episodes on a frequent basis, like anywhere from 2 to 3 months away. Now, the 5th episode has taken a bit longer, but they've apologised for that due to the fact that it does take longer to get the finale of something done. But they've always given a release date, and they've always stuck by it, and I actually really like that. That's one thing I hate about certain episodic companies who make episodic games, like Telltale and a few others. They never give a proper release schedule. Don't Nod give a release schedule, and they've stuck to it so far, and I really like that. I really give them major props for that. And I'm just really excited to see where this goes, like especially with the season finale. Now, I haven't been really watching any of the trailers they've been releasing because I want to go into this as spoiler-free as possible. But with how episode 4 ended, it's one of the few endings of an episode thing that's made me go, no! Now, of course, at this point, I will have to talk some spoilers. No, you know what? I'm going to save the spoilers for when I eventually do a spoiler talk on it. I actually have an idea to do a spoiler talk about later. But I would highly recommend, if you haven't played Life is Strange, to at least go check it out. Each episode is only 1 to 2 hours. If you just blaze through it, you could probably get through it in like 30 minutes in all honesty. But I really like this. I think it is one of the better episodic games to come out in recent years, and I think this is a good example of Telltale may have not made up, not created the episodic game, but Telltale did a great job of making it more mainstream, the episodic games, and perfecting it, I'll happily admit. I think Don't Nod have done an exceptional job in making it a little bit more better. I think Don't Nod have handled the episodes of Life is Strange absolutely perfectly, in my opinion. The story's well done. I will happily admit the lip syncing's not that great. The graphics do take a little bit of getting used to, even though it's very artsy, especially with the aspect of photography, which is a major theme of the thing, that you actually will learn a bit about photography while you're playing this game. I really did enjoy that aspect. But I actually really like this, and I give major props to, of course, the major factor is the voice actors, who do an excellent job with the material that they are given, and definitely make you feel for the characters. I definitely want to see where this is going. I definitely cannot wait for episode 5. Once I am done with episode 5, I will get a review up. Do not worry about it. I will not be let's playing it, and I will not be streaming it, because Life is Strange does use third-party material music, and I did try and let's play it before, and I got copyrighted, so I can't afford to do that, unfortunately. But do check out Ability Drain. She will be doing a full let's play of it, especially with episode 5, and I can't stream it because my internet is shit. If I can, I'll figure a way out. I'm not promising anything though, but I'll do my best to try and stream it if I can. Might have to just lower the quality as low as I freaking can. But I think that's where I'm going to wrap up the video. I hope you understand why I haven't talked too much spoilers in this. I do want you to go and check out the game if you haven't already. The 5th episode coming out, so if you're one of those people that likes to wait for the full thing to be out, on October 20th, buy Life is Strange. Episode 1 to 5 will be fully available. I highly recommend it. And if you don't want to buy all 5 episodes, buy the first episode. They sell them individually. Buy the first episode. See if you like it. If you like it, buy the season pass. That's what I did. I bought the season pass after I played episode 1, which is how I think every episodic game should be. You should not have to buy the full series, in my opinion. You should have to buy one episode. That's what I think should be the standard of episodic games. The first episode or each episode should be sold individually. So you buy one episode, you buy the first episode. If you like it, you buy the season pass. If not, you wait until the second episode. That's how I think episodic games should be done, in my opinion. But that's just me. I think that's where I'll wrap things up, though, because I just really wanted to give my quick thoughts on Life is Strange, episode 1 to 4 at least. And I definitely cannot wait for episode 5 and how this is going to conclude, because this is one of the few things I'm just like, I need to know what happens. I'm more excited for this than I am probably for Fallout 4, in all honesty, because I want to know what happens at the end of this game. But I think that's where I'll wrap things up there. Now, if you've played Life is Strange, feel free to let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. And if you are going to talk spoilers, please use spoiler tags, like at the start of your comment, you say, spoilers! Just in case people haven't played it yet, because I really would like people to go and play this and support Don't Nod, because they've done an exceptional job with this series, and I cannot wait to see what they do next, in all honesty. But yeah, if you've played it, let me know what your thoughts are. Other than that, I thank you for watching. As always, I'm Scottish Warren 92. I'll see you all next time. Ciao for now.